Hello everyone and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton and today we're at Staff Sergeant Christopher Piper Field at the Alexander Kulovich Athletic Complex on the campus of Marblehead High School as the Magicians Girls Lacrosse team takes on the Danvers Falcons. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And stay tuned to the end of the game when I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. So a battle of two 1-3 teams here today in this Northeast Conference matchup. The game for the most previous game for both teams ended in the same score, 15-9, but the Magicians were on the losing end of their game against Swampscott. Danvers picked up their first win of the season over Gloucester. Both those games played last Friday. The Magicians' only win this season came back on April 2nd, right here at Piper Field over Bishop Fenwick. It was a 14-8 win. Play 4 12-minute quarters, ready to go here. Sammy Walker takes the face-off for the Magicians. She was outstanding taking the face-offs in the Swampscott game. She's up against Olivia Henry, and the opening draw is controlled by the Magicians. Quickly ahead to Zoe Dwyer, who's the leading goal scorer for the team, and her first shot is off the crossbar and bounces behind the net. Dwyer takes a high hit. They'll keep the ball, and she will start from down or just above the goal line a bit, a couple steps. Now the referee puts her in that short corner position. She'll have a free run at the net. Charges forward, passes, and they score. That's Addie Copeeps. She is second on the team in goals. That is her 8th of the season, and she makes it 1-0. And Danvers only has one goalie listed on their roster. It'd be number 26, Nicole Stokes. She's sitting right by the fence here on their bench, and they don't have a number 13 on their roster, but that is number 13 in net for them today. And on the other end, it's Molly Bullard in net for MHS. It's a 3-second call against Courtney Godfried, number 18 for Danvers. Another free position shot, and that is off the post. Bounces back out off the iron, and the Magicians swing it, and then Copeeps throws it away. Pass intended for Sydney Monitz. It'll be Danvers' ball off the sideline. It's a steal by Maggie Spencer. Finds Dwyer, and she scores. The Danvers goalie looks very shaky. Probably not her main position. But she is barely attempting to make saves. Dwyer's 17th goal of the season. The sophomore putting together an all-conference start to the season with just 4 games in. Sammy wins another face-off. Caught by Gwen Potter to Dwyer quickly. And then the shot from Emma Ryan, and she hits the Danvers goalie. So Falcons will have, looks like the Falcons will have the ball. Henry makes a contested catch for the Falcons, and she throws it away, trying to get it over to Sienna Goldberg. It'll stay in bounds. Picked up by Captain Avery Weiser. Avery gives it up quick after the whistle. Co-peeps, then into the hands of Monitz. Now with Dwyer. She goes to work again. She shoots low and bounces it in. That makes it 3-0. Zoe's second. And number 18 on the season. This could get out of hand pretty quickly as Danvers does not score a lot of goals. They did post that 15 spot against Gloucester in their most recent game, but prior to that, they hadn't scored more than 4 goals in any game. They lost 13-4 to North Reading, 17-2 to Peabody, and 18-4 against Masco. So 5 might be a winning number for the Magicians this afternoon, and they are almost there. We are only 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Sammy wins and controls the faceoff, gives it up to Dwyer. Looks low, co-peeps, fakes a shot. She's really good with the stick. Dwyer absorbed some contact before she shot it. Whistle will negate the goal. But Zoe's going to have another chance anyway here. Setting up from the spot she was fouled. Takes a few steps forward, passes, and sets up Emma Ryan for the score. And it's 4-0. Despite the Magicians' 1-3 record, they've played some close games and they do score a bunch of goals, except for the game against Beverly when they lost 18-2. I think Beverly is going to be at the top of the conference all season long. But the Magicians scored 11 in a 12-11 loss in their opener to Woburn, then 14 against Fenwick, where Dwyer had 8 goals. She's got it again here, and she scores. And it's 5-0. Hat trick in the first 5 minutes for Zoe Dwyer. Timeout Danvers. And just to finish the thought, against Swampscott, the Magicians scored 9. These two teams will play again at Danvers on May 5th. It's a Tuesday. It'll be a 4:30 start. Danvers actually has Beverly next. Just talking about how good the Panthers are. It could be a tough one for the Falcons. The Magicians have Peabody up next on Wednesday. That's at their place. That's a 4:30 start. And then after that, Magicians have 3 straight home games. They play Saugus here on Monday the 20th. That's a 2:30 start. And then they have Salem on the 28th. So a long break between the game on the 20th and the 28th, a little over a week. And then they have Beverly here on the 30th. That rounds out the April schedule. Following Danvers' game against Beverly, they play a home and away set with Georgetown. And it says Georgetown Middle/High School, so wonder if that little small town has a tough time fielding a full lacrosse team. Maybe they have some middle schoolers on the squad. Out of the timeout, it's going to be Elizabeth Greeley to take the face-off for the Magicians. Sammy Walker getting a breather. If the game continues like this, head coach Annie Madden's going to be able to get a lot of the girls some good time today. Some of the ones that don't play as much should see a lot of action. Going to redo the face-off. Danvers won the draw, but a whistle from the back official. I think one of the girls went too far upfield. So it'll go back to MHS. Copeeps comes out from behind the net. Dwyer cuts underneath and scores. That's 4 for Zoe. That is goal number 20 this season for Zoe Dwyer. Spencer nabs it out of the air. Up to Dwyer. Emma Ryan with it. Now Copeeps looks middle, finds the cutter. Greeley in and out of her stick, and a whistle. Copeeps set up for a free position run at the net. Shoots low, off the goalie and in. Her second of the afternoon. 7-0. Still 5:43 left to go in the first. It's a false start on Greeley, so the Falcons will have it. They have not got the ball past the 35-yard line on the attacking side of the field. Foul on the Magicians. And that gets to the 30 where it's picked up by Addison Moore. Deanna Figueiredo. There's a cutter that they find, and Bullard makes the save. Good attempt by Danvers. Brooke Weisenberger forced out of bounds, was pushed out of bounds, so the Magicians will keep it. Up ahead to Dwyer. Zoe has Copeeps on her left, now in front of her. Copeeps sets a screen. Dwyer had Gwen Potter wide open in front, instead passes to Avery Barbeau. She misses wide. Barbeau, one of the 4 captains. She and Avery Weiser, along with Anna Rausch and Chloe Rowland. Only 5 seniors on the team. There are 4 of them. Sophie Cannongeiser is the 5th. Good defense by Greeley. A 3-second call against the Magicians. And give Olivia Henry a chance to score for Danvers. See if she can put the Falcons on the board. They trail 7-0. And Bullard shuts that down. Dwyer up the sideline. Got hit. This is Ella McConnell. Cuts through the middle and scores. Another setup by Dwyer. Her 3rd assist to go with her 4 goals. And it is 8-0. Sammy Walker back in there. Draw controlled by Danvers. Sammy had a couple chances to pick it up. But Danvers with the scoop. They pick it up off the turf again. They get into the middle and they score. That's Henry, Olivia Henry. A minute 57 left in the first. Danvers on the board. Danvers controls again. Brought up by Sienna Goldberg. And her pass knocked down to the turf. Maggie Spencer out with it. High throw to McConnell. Bobbled it. Now secures it to Dwyer. Cuts between two defenders. Passes. And they score again. This time it is Elizabeth Greeley. 9-1. Another assist to Dwyer. Claire Burke and Laurel Kearney check in for the Magicians, and it'll be Burke to take the face-off. Danvers wins it. Goldberg gives to Moore. Over to Amy Nako. Pass back to Henry is dropped. And that's going to be a penalty against Henry. She hit Bullard on top of the head. It's a 2-minute penalty. Less than a minute left in the quarter. Annie Wales had it knocked away, but too much contact. So she has it back and then throws it away. Trying to send it over to Elise Dulac. Kearney makes the catch, and her pass hits the turf. Picked up by the Falcons. Addison Moore turns the corner, rushes forward, and scores. And that's the end of the first quarter. It is 9-2. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. The teams have switched ends for the second quarter. Sammy Walker back out there for the face-off. Zoe Dwyer with 4 goals and 4 assists in the first quarter. Face-off's knocked around. Sammy chopped down a little too hard on the Danvers stick, so they'll have it. Long pass. Dropped but controlled. Amy Nako uses a screen. Gets a bump from Maggie Spencer. This is Hannah Tersolo with it. Given off to Addison Moore. And she gets hit. The penalty on Henry has expired, so back to even strength. Moore races forward and has it knocked away from behind. Potter's pass is going to go out of bounds. Trying to get it to Chloe Rowland. Back with the Falcons. That pass is knocked down by Rowland, but she can't control it. Bounces around. Danvers had a chance at it and scooped up by the Magicians. Throw up the sideline is going to stay in bounds. Goes out of bounds off Danvers. Magicians back on the move. 2-on-1. And a wide open net for Emma Ryan, second goal of the game. The Danvers goalie way out of position. It's 10-2. Couple ticks over 9 minutes left to play before halftime. The Magicians 1 goal away from their season high. No, excuse me, that's my mistake. 4 goals away from their season high in their win over Fenwick. Dwyer at the top. It's Barbo, and now with Potter. Back to Dwyer, and she rolls it in. Goal 5 for Zoe. 11-2. Sammy controls the draw. Sharp pass to Anna Rausch. And her pass down low to Barbeau is behind her. Unable to make the catch, but they'll keep possession. Ella McConnell went to pick it up. Dwyer to Spencer. Can't make the catch. McConnell again scoops it. Out to Potter. She'll wrap behind the net. Potter fires. Second chance, misses wide. Pass out in front. Rausch couldn't make the catch. Barbeau picks it up. She takes a shot. Deflects over the net. Danvers ball. Stuck in the end zone. Long pass. Good catch by Addie Moore. She's got Nako sprinting in front of her. She's going to keep it herself, though. Gets by Wales. And Bullard with a great save. That's a couple times now that Danvers has got right to the top of the crease. They've put it right into the hands of Bullard. Ball batted around. Finally into the hands of Walker. Three-second call against Danvers. Gwen Potter with an open lane to the net. Gwen runs forward and scores. (12-2) with the 10-goal lead. The clock will continue to run. And as I suspected, Annie Madden gonna empty her bench early. Some players that don't get a lot of run into the game. Four minutes to go before halftime. Hard pass off the stick of Goldberg. She couldn't catch it cleanly. It ends up rolling in the crease. Bullard picks it up there. She launches out to June Crawford. Good catch by the freshman Crawford. And then she fumbles it. Henry works her way through defenders and kicks it out. At the end of the game, we'll pick a Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. We covered the game on Friday against Swampscott. Zoe Dwyer got it for that game, so we'll try to pick somebody else, even though she's having a fantastic afternoon. 5 goals and 4 assists in the first half. Up to 21 goals this season for Dwyer through 4.5 games. Not sure how much time Zoe will even play from this point on. Crawford backs it out, gives it to Kearney. Back to Crawford. MHS sends a couple cutters through the middle. They weave back out. Into the hands of Sydney Palmera. She kicks to Claire Burke, and that is a soft bouncer that hits the back of the net. That'll make it 13-2. Oh, and Coach Madden's going to rotate everybody on and off here. So Dwyer and company back out there. Maybe that's the strategy going forward. Sammy wins the draw. Dwyer spins, gives it off. Final seconds of the half. And that brings us to the break. 13-2 at halftime. A scoreless second quarter for the Falcons. This one is all Marblehead. Before we go, we'd like to remind you MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports and MHTV, please click subscribe on our YouTube page and consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll be back in just a few minutes with second half action. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. The Magicians lead the Falcons 13-2 as third quarter is set to start. Magicians in line to get their first win since April 2nd in their second game of the day of the season, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Both these teams with 1-3 records, but the Magicians clearly the more skilled team. That's knocked away from Addison Moore. Annie Wales called for the foul. Moore and number 3, Olivia Henry, have the 2 goals. Henry is to her right. She's cutting through the middle. She finds her, and the shot's blocked. And it's going to be Marblehead ball. High pass over the head of Avery Barbeau. And it rolls a long way and then out of bounds. Zoe Dwyer circles behind the net. 2 co-peeps, and she had a chance to shoot. She keeps running back down to the goal line. There is no shot clock in high school lacrosse. Magicians are going to work on their passing. Co-peeps gets to the net and chooses not to shoot. Kind of feel bad for the Danvers goalie. Again, she is not even listed on the roster. A 13 is not on there. The player listed as goalie must be hurt because she's sitting on the sideline, and the girl in net not doing much, but just standing there. She's going to leave with a couple bruises because Magicians have hit her a few times with shots. But she doesn't move the stick very much. And I think the Magicians trying to be somewhat respectful and show some sportsmanship by not running up the score, because they could have scored a few times on this possession alone. Co-peeps fakes a shot, gets hit. So now she might be forced to shoot. We'll see. She could pass it, but she runs forward and she does bounce it in. That possession was almost a 4-minute possession. It's Co-Peep's 3rd of the game, a hat trick for her. She is up to 10 goals on the year. So Dwyer cracks the 20-goal mark. Co-Peeps cracks the 10-goal mark. Next on the team is Emma Ryan with her 2 today. She is up to 8. Claire Burke has her first of the season today. So does Ella McConnell. The two of them are sophomores. And then Elizabeth Greeley and Gwen Potter, both freshmen, have their first goals of their high school career. Pretty sure Potter plays on the girls hockey team. I think she even played last year as an 8th grader. Free position shot for Danvers. Olivia Henry has it knocked away by Sammy. And Bullard picks it up. She has it knocked away. She was a step outside the crease, or had 1 foot outside the crease. Didn't know Figueiredo was behind her. Pass up ahead to Palmera. Halfway through the third quarter. It's going to be turned over to Danvers. Referee resets the girls, puts Anna Rausch behind 18, Courtney Gottfried. And they're going to do it again. Weiser and Walker running upfield with Figueiredo. Now defended by Rowland. Figueiredo lobs a pass into the middle, too high for her teammate. Picked up by Ella O'Brien. Ahead to Avery Weiser. One more pass to Anna Rausch, and Rausch scores. That is the Marblehead captain's first goal of the year. And that makes it 15-2 with 4 minutes to play in the third. The Magicians settle into another possession. It's dropped by Rausch. Drops it again, trying to make a pass. Ball carrier trips. They didn't call anything there. She toed the turf and went down. It'll be MHS ball. Sydney Monitz has it. Monitz change of direction, loses the defender, passes it to June Crawford. Walker cuts behind her, Crawford still with it. Now with Gwen Potter. Crawford dives through the middle. Would have been a hard pass. The whistle's going to give the ball back to the Falcons, and they immediately drop it. Crawford scoops it. A minute and a half left in the third. The pass dropped by Potter. Falcons on the move. Henry to the 30. Figueiredo. She seems to have good speed. Her pass dropped and loose, then picked up by the Falcons. And it's going to be a foul on the shot. Bullard made another really nice stop. She's been on point today. But the whistle is going to give Moore a chance here. Moore takes another hit, but this time she beats Bullard. And that is her second of the afternoon. It makes it 15-3. Clock moving, half a minute to go. I doubt they will even get the face-off started here before the quarter ends. Even if they are able to do it, it's only going to be just a couple seconds left. And we're off with 6 seconds. And that's the end of the third quarter. 15-3 after 3. Magicians in complete control. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter. Welcome back for the fourth. It's going to be Claire Burke taking the face-off for the Magicians. It's going to be Danvers ball. Pushed ahead. Greeley going to go to the penalty box. Goldberg changes direction, scoots past the defender, and her shot goes wide. Nice move, but just couldn't finish. That shot goes over the crossbar, or right by the shoulder of the goal, about crossbar height. Elise Dulac takes a shot to the back of the head. Surprised there was no penalty called. Loose ball picked up by the Magicians. Dwyer spins and had a ton of field ahead of her, but they're not going to force it. And her pass over to Copeeps on the turf. Danvers had it momentarily, and Copeeps knocked it away and controlled. Now back into the hands of Dwyer. She takes a hit up high. As Greeley comes in from her 2-minute penalty. Greeley wears number 18. Danvers, number 18, heads to that side of the penalty box. That's Courtney Gottfried. The Magicians with the power play. Not eager to run up the score on Danvers here, even with the opportunity, or a couple of them, to do so. Leading by 12, 15-3. Clock ticking down to 8 minutes left. McConnell to Dwyer. Dwyer down low. Ryan definitely could have turned and shot that, and chooses not to. Now it's knocked away. Ends up being controlled by McConnell. Ryan out of the corner to McConnell. Changes direction. Her pass to Kearney is dropped, but again, the Magicians will pick it up. Kearney has it knocked away from behind. Controlled by Henry. Henry sandwiched. Lost the ball. But a whistle against the Magicians. And the penalty against Gottfried is over. Referee sets the girls up. Magicians quickly stop any sort of chance for more. And there's a shot and another save by Bullard. It's going to be a yellow card against Danvers. Two-minute penalty against Goldberg. Not sure why the clock is stopped. And Henry scores to make it 15-4. Her second of the game. She and Addison Moore, both with 2 for Danvers. I said at the beginning of the game, in their 3 losses, Danvers had not scored more than 4 goals. They lost 13-4 to North Reading, 17-2 to Peabody, and 18-4 to Masco. So 5 really was the magic number for the Magicians, and they got there early. They led 9-2 after the first, 13-2 at halftime, 15-3 after 3, and have now surrendered this most recent goal to Danvers, still leading by 11. This is a season high in goals for the Magicians. They posted 14 against Fenwick in their other win. This one's locked up here today. The Magicians will snap a 2-game losing streak. Five goals for Dwyer, 1 for Burke, 1 for Roush, 3 for Copeeps, 1 for McConnell, 2 for Ryan, 1 for Greeley, and 1 for Potter. Here this afternoon, and another save by Bullard. This one down the lower waist. Nice job. Whistle goes Marblehead's way. One more game this week for the girls. They'll play at Peabody Wednesday night at 6:30. Moore regroups after losing it. Hustles forward. Short pass to Ruth Gazanowski. Tersolo. Good catch by Figueiredo. Bullard keeps her eyes on the ball carrier, who throws it away, trying to pass it to Tersolo in the middle. Final 2 minutes here. And Bullard makes a save with her helmet, but the shooter got crushed from behind. And the call is that she ended up in the crease. I thought she took a cross check right to the back. "90 seconds to play. We're going to take a short break when the game wraps up, then we'll come back and announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. The Magicians will improve to 2 and 3. Danvers will drop to 1 and 4. Whistle's going to give the ball to the Falcons. Danvers just beat Gloucester 15-9. That should say something about the Gloucester team. And unfortunately for the Magicians, they don't play Gloucester this season, which is a little weird. "15 seconds to play. Back in the hands of the Magicians and Avery Barbeau. Batted around and picked up off the turf. Loose again, but that'll do it for today's game. A 15-4 win for the Magicians. From start to finish, never in question. We'll be right back. And when we get back, I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Today's Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game is Molly Bullard, the Marblehead goalie. She played outstanding, holding Danvers to just 4 goals, but making a bunch of saves in the process. I thought this is one of the best games that we have seen her play. So congratulations, Molly, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner in bringing you the Player of the Game award, and we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the final score from Piper Field, Marblehead 15, Danvers 4. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching.